Welcome back to ciLiving. Before the break, we talked about how Newton's law can apply to you and your own motivation. Now Nanette is back to teach us how to start adding new habits to your daily routine. So Nanette, how can we apply the motivation principles with actions we're already doing to keep ourselves motivated?
Well, let's think about your actual life. So what is something that you do every day?
Well, usually first thing, I get up, I'll feed my fish, and then I'll make coffee, and then I'll take a shower.
Perfect. So you feed your fish, and then you make coffee, and usually you have to probably wait a few minutes while the coffee is brewing.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
That is a perfect time to start introducing the idea of habit pairing.
Okay.
So I came up with a little exercise routine. I'm not a trainer or an exercise professional,
Right.
but I came up with a routine that I thought you could do and it could be adaptable and changeable over time.
Okay.
So I came up with an acronym, because I like acronyms.
Yes.
And it's class map. So I like to go to exercise classes, so I was thinking class map. This is a little map for your own little mini class.
A map for your motivation.
Yeah, class map. And so while you are waiting for your coffee, you can do these movements, and if class map has 8 letters, so if you do each of them for 30 seconds, that's 4 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's a really easy workout.
It's a really easy workout, and then you can grow with it by extending the repetition, the time, or by adding weights.
Okay, well if you want to try this workout with us, stand up and follow along. And if you can't stand up and follow along, we've talked about before, because you do a lot with mental health, that you actually can get a big benefit if you sit and think about the motions as if you're doing
the movements.
them.
And some of these are very adaptable. Some of them you could do sitting down even.
Okay, excellent. Let's
So
go.
class map, C stands for circles. So we're going to start with warming up with some arm circles.
Circling our arms.
Right? And so you do some big circles forward, and then we'll do some big circles backward.
And I feel like that's easy to remember as well. If we're starting with C, the circles.
Yeah, and so we're not going to do the full 30 seconds of all of them.
Yes.
But we'll just move through each one. So L stands for lunges.
Okay.
So we'll do single leg lunges.
I like that you've made this easy to remember, because that's a big thing for me as well, is that if I can't remember what I'm supposed to do, or if I have to write it down and then don't have the paper in front of me.
I would never remember if I didn't come up with a way to jog my memory.
To remember.
Okay,
Right,
so we do
next?
lunges. You try to keep your balance. And then A stands for arm raises.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that's good. And
Without-
there you could add your weights.
yeah.
All
You could
right.
use weights in all of these actually, with the exception of the ones on the floor.
Got it. Okay.
So you do arm raises.
CLA, then what's next?
S,
Okay.
shoulder presses.
All right. This is great because they all start with the correct letter. All right. And then another S, I assume?
Squat.
Oh, squats. All right. And these, I feel like you could lean up against a wall if you need to help with balance or something like that.
Sure, you could hold on to the back of a chair. You could have a chair behind you that you're sitting back to.
Sitting and standing. All right.
Okay. M,
Uh-huh.
mountain climbers.
Okay. Oh, I know what this. All right. We're getting down for the plank. All right. Here we go.
So
These take core strength.
the map ones we wouldn't use weights for.
Okay.
Okay. A, ab crunches.
Oh, my mic pack is on, so I'll let you do the crunches.
My mic pack is on too. We'll just imagine we do some ab crunches.
Okay. We'll do the. What is it? You close your eyes and you visualize yourself doing the
Visualize
motion.
ab crunches.
Visualize ab crunches. I like that. This is my kind of exercise.
Cheating.
Right.
And
what's
then
next?
P is plank.
Okay. And I feel like plank is good too. If you have a partner for plank, you could also do plank contests
You could.
to see who can plank the longest.
You absolutely could. It doesn't sound like a fun contest, but you could definitely do it.
Right.
And that's it. So you can see how that could be as short as 4 minutes.
Right.
Or it could be much longer depending on how many repetitions you're doing.
Right. And I feel like we cheated and sort of sped through that in even quicker than 4 minutes. But you could go back, or if, like you said, if you have longer than 4 minutes, you could do the exercises longer than 30 seconds each, or you can add exercises to that. So if I get really good at class map and then want to add something else, what do you recommend as like a next step?
Well, I would recommend going online and searching, workout ideas or an area of the body that maybe you wanted to work. Like, maybe you want to work on your bicep exercises, and then you could create your own.
Sure, and I feel like once you get this started, it's kind of like we were being creative earlier with John and Ruta. So we just take whatever it is that we have at home and we can use items that we find around to do that, or even maybe just turn on music and then dance for 4 minutes or whatever.
Absolutely.
Like the length of a song is if you can't remember those exact exercises.
Yeah, the idea is to just start taking some action.
Yeah.
The action comes before the feeling.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be huge. You don't have to do class map.
Right.
You just take some action. So maybe while your coffee brews, you put on a song and you dance around.
Right, exactly, and you just get moving. Well, thank you so much for this, Nanette, and whatever it is that you are trying to do, I know you can do it. Just take that first step, take action, and then get going. Well, coming up tomorrow on ciLiving, if you are looking for a new coffee order, Nitro Cup will be here, and they're going to show us their cold brew selection. Also, if you're looking for another new workout that's not class map, Pilates Pulse will be here and they're going to give us a demonstration. Plus, for this week's Jaclyn Does My Job, we are heading to Rop's Flower Factory. All of that and more is coming your way tomorrow on ciLiving. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m.